Hi there. In today's video, we are going to learn about whole brain approach, which is part of BA 202 curriculum, namely knowledge curriculum and language across curriculum. In this, we'll first see the working of the brain and then we'll try to understand what whole brain approach describes. So first, let's see about the working of the brain. We all know that our brain is made up of two hemispheres, left and right. These hemispheres are connected with each other through a thick network of nerves, which is known as corpus callosum. This bundle of nerve transmits communicate between the two hemispheres. It facilitates the communication between the two hemispheres, and each side works differently. Their processes, the processes which are carried out in side of the each side of the brain or in each hemisphere are different from the other side. And we'll also learn that the myth about right brain persons are artsy in nature is completely outdated, and the assumption is false assumption. We'll see the working of the both side of hemispheres of the brain. Let's see how the left brain works. The left brain processes things in part and in sequential manner. So it breaks down the whole in part and then recognizes or processes them. Also, all the processes are done in a very systematic and sequential manner. It recognizes all the positive energy which are associated with the work. Also, it identifies each and everything with very practicality and rationality. With a lot of logic, it identifies and it processes all the logical things related to any work. It understands symbols and representation very well. Also, it is the center for the process of auditory informations, much faster than the right one. So when the language development happens, at that time left brain works in way, much better, faster way, so that the processes, the understanding of the sound as distinct speeches, as distinct unit is understood using the left side of the brain. And also, the left side of the brain develops slower in the boys than the girls or females. That's why the language comprehension of the females are much more little higher than the male. Let's see about the right side brain or right brain. Our right brain recognizes negative emotion associated with any work or any kind of activity. The right side brain is having a high level of mathematical and problem solving ability. This is used widely by the chess player while playing the game. As we all know, the left side of our brain recognizes or comprehends the language which is used in communication. Same as here, right side brain is the non-verbal side where it recognizes different other things other than the language comprehensions. It also responds or it recognizes the touch and music and the sensory activities related to touch and listening or hearing. Right side of brain is intuitive. It works or it inflicts intuitions. It is responsible for perception of color as well as perception of shape. Right side of brain is emotional and originative. It originates many creative things. Now, Let's just compare both sides of the brain and its working. Left side of the brain is logical. It is sequential. It works in a sequential and very systematic manner, organized manner. Right? Left side of the brain is rational. It is analytical. It loves to analyze things to the minute details and very objective. Sees things into very objective manner, in a very precise manner. Also, it does not perceive thing as a whole. It breaks down the whole into smaller parts, and these smaller parts are being minutely, rationally, analytically, and objectively observed to get the idea of the things. Whereas the right brain is very random. It does not work in a sequential manner. Like it is little bit haphazard or it little bit messy than the left brain. The right brain is more intuitive. It inflicts intuitions in us. It gives an holistic idea of different things. We can see bigger picture of each and everything by processing with the right brain. It helps in synthesizing the informations which are connected to give the wholesome idea of any kind. It is more subjective, always judges things or always work in terms of relation with each other. So it is more of a subjective side where things are being weighed and things are being determined related to the relation with the other things. Also, right brain looks at the whole picture, looks the complete picture, and after synthesizing, it synthesizes everything, the parts together, and bring the bigger picture in front of us. So the two side of the brain work in two different ways. But unfortunately, our education system does not emphasis on the development of both side of the brain. It is little bit tilted towards, or I'll say very much tilted towards the left brain side, where the syllabus and the curriculum is formed or developed in such a way that it facilitate the activity which are done by the left brain. But when the both side of the brain works together and they work in a combined manner, we get a better understanding, we get a better picture. Even the person who is applying both sides of the brain in the same time, or who has the whole brain approach, they are of a different level where they will be a complete human beings with all the activities in a perfect manner. Let's learn about whole brain teaching. This method of whole brain teaching is developed by Chris Biffle in 1999. And this method, the technique which he has developed is based on the studies which are conducted by Roger W. Sperry in 1960s, where he has said that our education system believes or focuses on the left side of the brain, but the if the if both sides of the brain are activated properly or act in a proper way, then we'll get a better result in the teaching learning process. And the whole brain teaching aims to maximize the student engagement in the work. It also focuses on the way the brain is designed to learn. It focuses on how the brain learns. Both sides of the brain learns and they communicate with each other and they perceive things in their own way. But the whole picture or the bigger picture we get using both side or combination of both sides. Whole brain teaching is a very highly interactive form of instruction where the student and teacher and the peer interact throughout the session. It also focuses on the importance that students sometimes play the role of the teacher, where they take responsibility of learning of the other students as well. The role of more knowledgeable other is being transferred from teacher to the student in this method or in this whole brain teaching. So what is more MOK or more knowledgeable other? Knowledgeable others are the people who know more about that particular thing than us. So anybody who are elder, our teachers, our gurus, our coaches who know more about that particular thing than us becomes the more knowledgeable other. Usually in the classroom scenario, the teacher is the MKO. But here in whole brain teaching, the role of MKO is transferred from teachers to the student. So the student becomes more knowledgeable other and they take the responsibility of delivering the content to the peer so that they can also understand and they learn. This role reversal of MOK by the teacher and the student goes on several times during the lesson. Now let's see about the features of whole brain teaching. The whole brain teaching requires active engagement of the student. The student actively engaged in the learning process and they motivate, they have the self motivation to engage in the classroom. It is a change from the regular classroom. There's a lot of things which are different in a whole brain teaching than in the normal classroom feature, which we will see later on. Any age group of the student can be involved in the whole brain teaching process, where the role of MKO is being transformed from the teacher to the student, and the student takes responsibility to teach the other students or their peers. It combines direct instructions by the teacher, sharing of the understanding among the peers, as well as immediate feedback related to the understanding or learning of the concept. It also maintains a very good classroom dynamics because each and everybody is motivated and are active. So it creates a very good environment, a positive environment in the classroom where each and everyone is highly focused on learning or grasping the knowledge of. It helps in classroom management as the student takes the responsibility of teaching their peers also. So in that case, it becomes easy for the teacher to have a good classroom and the classroom managed in a proper manner because the students also understand that they have to take responsibility to teach their peers. Their peers should understand whatever they are teaching to them or whatever they are sharing with them. So they take the responsibility and they create less or almost no disruption in the classroom. It also strengthens the retention of knowledge because the student gains confidence when they become the MKO or more knowledgeable other. They have the confidence, and when they study or they learn with all their attention and confidence and positive thinking, they retain the knowledge for a longer time. It also helps in organization of cooperative learning system. All the students cooperate with each other. They teach each other different concept, or they teach their peers, their fellow students, the same thing which the teacher is also teaching in the class, and they make sure that their counterparts understand, or their partner understand the things properly, so which increases the level of cooperation among the students. During whole brain teaching, both formative and summative examination can be conducted very easily. The, the score board can be maintained in a very proper way, and which can be later on used for the assessment of the students. So in this video, we have discussed about the two sides of the brain, their working, and the very basic concept of whole brain teaching or whole brain learning with the features. In my next video, we'll discuss about the remaining things related to the whole brain teaching, where we'll see the steps, role of a teacher, role of a student. Also, we will see about the benefit and the disadvantages or limitation of whole brain teaching. I hope you all have understood the concept. Thank you so much, and keep learning. Happy learning.